And with that, we say, welcome into the show on a fabulous Overreaction Monday. I know it ain't football season, but I'm calling this Overreaction Monday anyway. But NBA edition of Overreaction Monday. Welcome to the best damn sports podcast, period. The undisputed champion of sports podcast. This is Sentell. You know who I am, the sensational Sentell Whiteman. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I had it was a up and down weekend for me, but we're back live tonight on YouTube. Gonna get into this NBA action. Of course, we had 8 games over the weekend. We got 2 games tonight. The playoffs are off and running. I love the NBA playoffs. I say this all the time. You talking about some of the absolute most skilled and just the playmaking, the shot making, the playmaking ability of is just off the charts. I mean, it's just off the charts, man. I enjoy it so much. But welcome into the show on this Overreaction Monday. Even though it's not a football season, we still call it Overreaction Monday. So welcome into the program. But before we get to all the NBA stuff, let's talk about a little bit of news today in the NFL. We had a big time quarterback signing. Not the one you think. Jalen Hurts gets a massive contract from the Philadelphia Eagles today, a 5-year extension worth up to $255 million, $179 million in guarantees. So that's how you do it. The next guy always going to be the highest paid. We thought Lamar would be off the board right before him, but here we go. But kudos to this kid. Let me talk a little bit about Jalen Hurts. Never really been a fan. First couple years of Alabama, I killed the guy a lot. I just thought he was a glorified running back playing quarterback. But shout out to that kid, man. Work hard, put the work in, time in to turn himself into what we see now. I thought that year at Oklahoma really helped him under Lincoln Riley. And then, being with my guy Brian Johnson, the quarterback coach who is now the OC with Philadelphia now. But and of course Nick Sirianni get some credit too as well for this guy's development. But man, big shout outs to him, man. I mean, to put that kind of effort and time in to turn yourself into he had an MVP caliber season last year. He was really, really, really good. So shout out to that kid. Big money. Now, everybody's sitting at home going $179 million. He get $51 million annually. He'll be the highest paid quarterback in the league for now. Because Lamar's coming before this offseason is over with, and then Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow are coming after him. So these deals are going to get massive, more guaranteed money. I can go and tell you right now, Lamar is already set his at $200 million guarantees. I can go and tell you right now, Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert going to get at least $200 million guarantees. So this is what we're talking about. I say, pay these guys, pay your guy. Lamar should have been already paid. I mean, this guy had one great season, went to the Super Bowl, and he got paid. So that team believes in him. I mean, you talking about a team who didn't believe. Now, you talking about a guy who came into the last season having to prove it. People still prove it to me, show it to me that you are the guy, and went out there and did it, and he got paid and rewarded for it. Lamar, 5 years in, got a great record as a starter, MVP, and can't get paid. So that's the kind of distrust. That's the kind of stuff that causes friction and causes rift between organization and player. But again, congratulations to Jalen Hurts. Now let's dive into these NBA playoffs. We had 8 games over the weekend, and I'm gonna do it chronological order and go through some of these games. And then I don't want to hold you too long because at 7:30 we start this thing right back up. Brooklyn Nets, Philadelphia 76ers game 2. But before we get to Philadelphia 76ers and Nets game 2, we need to discuss Philadelphia Brooklyn Nets game 1. Philadelphia hit 21 threes and shot 48% from the 3-point line. I mean, you hit 21 threes, you're probably going to win the game. I thought the Brooklyn Nets did a great job game planning. Joel Embiid double teaming. He only took 15 shots. So I think they should continue to do that. Offensively, you got to have more than Mikal Bridges show up. Nobody else showed up. I can't see Philadelphia hitting another 23 tonight. So if they do, they're going to win this series going away. But great game plan. Just knocking down the shots. Tobias Harris had 21. Maxey didn't play too well. James Harden hit 5 threes. PJ Tucker hit 2 threes. They had guys on the bench hitting 3. Melton, Yang, them guys knocked down some threes. So everybody contributed on that game one victory for the 76ers that hit 21 threes, taking one game to nothing lead. Like I said, game 2 is tonight in Philly. Moving along, it was I got it right here. It was the Celtics knocking off the Atlanta Hawks. The Celtics jumped out to a big, massive lead. This game was never really in doubt. They led pretty much wire to wire. 29 from Brown. Jason Tatum had 25. Derek White chipped in 24. They kind of just dominated the game from start to finish. Atlanta was led by DeJounte Murray. He ended up with 24 points. But this game was a wrap. This game was over. It was the Celtics was up by 30 at halftime. So it was pretty much in the bag at that point. So I think game 2 will be Tuesday night, if I ain't mistaken. But it's to be expected. You know, Boston, it's a championship caliber team. They are healthy at the right moment. Robert Williams came back, gave him a big lift off the bench the other night. So, I mean, this should be a short series. I mean, the Hawks scratched and clawed to get their way into the playoffs. But I can't see them causing the Celtics any kind of issues when it comes to the series. Now, moving along. I told you about the series. I told you, right, about the series. I told you about this Cavs-Knicks series. 4-5 matchup is going to be really, really fantastic. Some old school stuff. Knicks win 101-97. I told you, that's old school basketball right there. 101-97, team battle to get to 100, you know. I mean, it ain't old school. It ain't old Knicks. It ain't old Knicks and Pacers, Heats and Bulls. I mean, I ain't talking about that, but, you know, this is, you know, you play defense, you hang your hat. But, man, Jalen Brunson, sensational. Sensational, man. What a pickup from the Knicks. The Mavs didn't want to pay him. Didn't think he was worth the money, but he has just brought this edge and just this toughness and this cachet about him. And he was sensational down the stretch the other day. He was just brilliant. Created so many opportunities for himself late in the game to see that win. Donovan Mitchell had 38. He was fantastic. They didn't get a whole lot from anyone else, but he led the way for them. But big time performance by Jalen Brunson and the Knicks. They take a 1-0 lead. I'm not sure when they play again. Probably Tuesday or Wednesday. These games so spread out now. I hate this. This is the whole thing I hate about the playoffs. They want to get all these games on TV. So you want to get money. So you want to get all these games on TV. So, you know, you don't even get another one of those Saturday and Sunday deals we just had. We had 4 games, right? We had all 8 series was getting played. And but that's not gonna happen now again. So now you're gonna have them spread out. So I do hate that. And the nightcap of Saturday was just awesome. I told you about the series, man. The series was gonna be really, really good. This might be one of the best series, you know, in this first round. I mean, you talking about the Kings and the Golden State Warriors, man. What a matchup. We got the Kings win 126-123. De'Aaron Fox led the way. He had 38. Man, he was sensational. Malik Monk come off the bench and gave him 32. Steph played okay. He didn't play bad. He dropped 30. They didn't get a whole lot from anyone else. Jordan Poole, I thought they got 17 off the bench. Andrew Wiggins came back, gave him a nice little lift. He played off the bench. I expect him to probably be starting tonight. I think he should be in the starting lineup tonight. He played 28 minutes, so I think they want to ramp him up. So that would be a big help if they can get him in the game and get him locked in tonight. But big time win by the Kings. First playoff win in 16 years. They didn't get a good game from Sabonis, who's been bad this most of the season, but big time performed by De'Aaron Fox. And I'm kind of glad that the Kings are in the playoffs. We get to see De'Aaron Fox. You get to see Sabonis, Keegan Murray. I mean, you get to see some of these guys. He's got a really good basketball team. Mike Brown has done a fabulous job. And the Warriors and the Kings play again tonight. So he's lock in tonight and watch this fabulous fun series. I mean, up and down the court, getting up and down. It's a fun series. All right, moving on to Sunday. And we had first game on Sunday. We had the Lakers and the Memphis Grizzlies. What a ball game that was. I mean, the kickoff of Sunday. And when we got down to it. I mean, AD come out strong in the first half. Lakers win the game, by the way. We mentioned that they win 128-112 behind a strong performance by AD and the others, as Shaq would call them, the others. Rui Hachimura had 29 off the bench. Austin Reeves, Stone Cold Austin Reeves now, 23 with swag and made some plays down the stretch. Him and Rule made big time plays down the stretch. Anthony Davis was dominant, 7 blocks, really good in the first, great in the first half. Had a little injury scare, which, if you watch Anthony Davis at all, you have an injury scare seemingly every damn game, and I think sometimes he's a little bit overly dramatic about it because I didn't see anything on that play. I really didn't see nothing on that play, and I'm still trying to find out what actually happened because I didn't see much on that play. But later on in that game, Ja Morant suffers an injury, wrist injury. Looks like when he fell to the ground trying to brace his fall, seemed like he hurt his wrist. He said he will be ready when they play Wednesday night, but we shall see. Lakers look good, and I told people once Rob Pelinka made those moves, this roster's a lot better. And when you got 2 top 10 players on one team, and Anthony Davis can be one-on-one when he decides to be one-on-one, it's going to be a tough out, man, what they playing right now. They got a little depth, got a little bench. It's going to be a tough out to beat the Lakers. I know Laker Nation is ecstatic to hear that, but I think they're primed and ready to get LBJ a 5th rank. What was this? Second game on Sunday. We had the 8-seeded Miami Heat was against the number 1 seeded Milwaukee Bucks, and the Heat stunned. If you can see the screen, it says stun the Bucks. They stunned the Bucks. Giannis did get injured during the game. Hurt his back on the fall, but Jimmy Butler, playoff Jimmy buckets, playoff Jimmy. I mean, he was sensational yesterday. 35 points, 5 assists, 11 rebounds from 55% shooting from the field. They got contributions from everybody. Bam played one of his best games of the postseason. They did lose Tyler Hero. I mean, wait a minute. I just mentioned Ja Morant. I mentioned Anthony Davis. I mentioned Giannis. Now Tyler Hero breaks his hand. So these playoffs are already being dictated by injuries and circumstances. So he's going to miss the rest of the series. And I'm thinking if Giannis come back, it was already going to be a tall order for the Heat to beat Milwaukee. But without Tyler Hero, and if Giannis is back, he says he should be back and feeling fine. I mean, kudos to them for winning game 1, but I can't see them winning the series now. You got to give respect to Miami. Anytime you got a Pat Riley-led team and Eric Spoelstra as the coach, they're going to play hard. They're going to fight you. They're going to battle you tooth and nail. So the series will be a lot tougher than I previously expected. But at the end of the day, I think the Bucks will still get it done. But big win for playoff Jimmy and the Miami Heat. After that, we had the Clippers and the Phoenix Suns. What a ball game. Another one of these fabulous matchups, man. I mean, Kawhi, Durant, Westbrook, Booker, Paul, Aiden. I mean, you got star power. What a series this was. Clippers still game 1. That's 4-5 matchup, but they still game 1 over the Suns, led by Kawhi Leonard. He had 38. Russell shot 3 of 19. He was freaking horrible, but he had 2 really outstanding defensive plays down the stretch against Devin Booker. Also made some big free throws to cap the game off and put it away. But big win for Kawhi and the Clips. I got an issue. Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, they combined for 53 points. But Kevin Durant took 15 shots. And this is one of the issues that you have now. KD's such a low maintenance guy, such a low maintenance superstar. But man, you gotta have more than 15 attempts. He down there had a triple double, but he gotta have more than 15 attempts. He only had 4, I want to say, in the fourth quarter. That's just not good enough in a game that was nip-tuck all the way back and forth. Got to be more assertive, and Chris Paul got to look to get him more involved because he's not going to be a guy who demands the basketball. He just don't operate that way. But he got to be more aggressive. Certainly, if they want to win the series, I'm shocked. I don't think the Clippers had enough without Paul George to beat the Suns, but to go on the road. And Kawhi reminded you who I am. I mean, now you're going to continue to get this from Kawhi. We shall see. But Kawhi reminds you again who he is. I mean, he can do this. He's done it before. He can carry a team. He can put him on his back and get him where he want to go. And the last game on Sunday, let's move to it. It was the Denver Nuggets blasted the Minnesota Timberwolves. This game, they led by 11 and a half, and they took a 32-14 run in the third quarter, and essentially the game was over. I mean, it was over. It was all nothing left but the crying. Jamal Murray led them in scoring 24 points, but all 5 of the Nuggets starters scored in double figures. This game was over from the word go. So, I mean, just beat down. So they lead 1-0. So those are your games from this weekend. I'm gonna continue to talk about those. I'm gonna continue to talk about that. But as we move on into this more further into this playoff, welcome back. I missed my face, but yeah, man. I know the Laker Nations, wants to get in here probably and talk about their Lakers. What a big win they had against the Memphis Grizzlies yesterday. Austin Reeves, like I said, played big time basketball yesterday. I mean, you only get 21 points for LeBron. You only got 22 from Anthony Davis. Now, he did some other things. Of course, the 7 blocks, I think he had 14 rebounds. I want to say he had 14 rebounds. But, getting contributions from everybody, that is a huge deal for the Lakers moving forward. Tonight, you got 2 big games tonight. You got Game 2, Philadelphia hosting the Brooklyn Nets. Must win. Must win. I must win in a sense. You don't want to get swept. I can't see Brooklyn winning the series, so it's a must win in that regards. Usually we say the series doesn't start until the home team loses on their floor. So technically it wouldn't be a must win, but I feel like you need to get this. You need to win a game tonight. I didn't think the Nets matched Philadelphia's intensity. Man, it's a certain level when you come out in the playoffs. Like the intensity level is just different, and you can tell. Like you can tell when you're playing more of a game that's in December, January, than when you get to the playoffs. And Philadelphia had the intensity. They had the effort. They had the urgency. They got a lot of loose balls. Now, we're always going to get beat on the glass. That's just what's going to happen with a small team. But they out-rebounded us. They out-hustled us and got those 50-50 balls, too, that led to some of those 3-pointers that they made in the game. So I got to see a lot more effort and energy from Brooklyn tonight when Game 2 starts. Golden State, Sack playing again. I thought it was a great game. I mean, I think it's going to be a track meet. It's going to be tough for anybody to kind of slow the other team down, especially Golden State. They haven't been able to really keep nobody in front of their guards. Their guards can't keep people in front of them. And they've been horrible on the road all year. So I expect Stephen Curry to have a huge game tonight. I think 30 game 1. I say a 40 piece tonight. If he don't have 40, he has at least 35 and several assists. His imprint will be all the game because, like I said, the Nets, it's must win. It's must win, But for the Warriors to win this series, they need to win tonight. They need to win this game tonight. And they can very well go home and win 2 games at home because they've been so good at home. They're just juggling Mr. Hyde. But I just think Sacramento's so good. You don't want to fall behind 2-0. So in a best of 7 series and have to win 4 out of 5 games, that's not the recipe that you want to follow. So hey, that's pretty much the NBA playoffs up to date so far. If you got questions and comments, you want to chime in on something, feel free to hit your boy up right now. You know what this is, Sentell. I'm your host, the sensational Sentell Whiteman. This is the best damn sports podcast, period. The undisputed champion of sports podcast. Just went over a recap of the NBA playoffs. Kind of ran through that, and then we mentioned Jalen Hurts in the opening getting that big massive contract, which leads us to talking about Lamar Jackson. Obviously, when Lamar gonna get his money, there were reports out there that he has been offered $200 million guaranteed. Now, if that's fully guaranteed, I can see this deal getting done really, really soon. There's reports that Lamar asked for OBJ. He also asked for DeAndre Hopkins. I've been told Ravens saying that they couldn't do both, but this seems like Jalen Hurts deal is probably a good thing for Lamar Jackson because similar type players. So now you can't use this running around, getting injured. You can't use this as an excuse. Jalen Hurts got hurt last year, hurt his shoulder running. As that's what happens. Dual threat, it can happen to anybody. But similar type players, and this guy just broke the bank. So this is a good thing for Lamar, and this is what happens to the market in any sports that you watch. This is how the market. This is how the market works. You the next player always be the highest paid because, like I say, Lamar's deal gonna be better than this deal. Just whoever the next guy, Justin Herbert. If Justin Herbert before Joe Burrow, his deal gonna be Joe Burrow deal gonna be better than Justin Herbert, and vice versa. That's just how it works. That's how contracts work in the world of professional sports. Next guy always get the most money. That's just how it goes. So again, if you're out there and you watching, you want to tune in. You want to get in, chime in, comments, questions. I figured we had enough content to kind of stroll on to this 30 minutes with all the NBA talk that we did have, but I thought we would have a little bit more feedback, but we don't. But this is why it's just a 30-minute program. Also, I can carry this for 8 more minutes. I could do this for 7 more minutes. I can carry this for seven more minutes. Hey, look, over the weekend, we'll switch gears to college football. Some spring games. We had a bunch of spring games. I don't get excited about spring games. People take those things way too seriously. But we're football fanatics, so anytime we can just get football, we just go crazy. That's just what we do because it's football and we love it, and we know for a fact that we won't have it again for 5 more months. So we just have to have it. It's like it's an addiction, so we have to have it. Big Dan, I figured you'd get in here on this conversation. So one of my subscribers asked, Dan, is that okay? So is it like Dan Wick and then Wickson? Is it? I mean, how did you pronounce that? Because it's not an L in there. Is it John Wick, Dan Wickson? I don't know. Is it fair to say Jalen Hurts is better than Lamar Jackson from the pocket, which might be the reason why it's easier to give him that big contract? I'm not gonna say that because the year Lamar won the MVP, he was brilliant. I can't remember his numbers right off the bat, but he had great numbers. He led league in TD passes. I won't say he led league in TD passes. I'm pretty sure he led league in TD passes. He was absolutely precise. That year he won the MVP. He could throw it, and you've never seen. First of all, you've never seen him with anything like what Jalen Hurts just had. He got a Heisman Trophy winner. He got A.J. Brown, who I think the world on the outside. He got Dallas Goedert. Lamar has never had a tenth of the receiving core that Jalen Hurts just had. I'm not going to say he's better than that Jalen Hurts is better than Lamar Jackson. He has the MVP. He has a significantly better winning record. You look at Jalen Hurts, they went to the playoff. The first year he started, he struggled in that playoff game. They lose. They come back. They give him A.J. Brown. He got Devontae Smith, the Heisman Trophy winner, and they were brilliant. And they matched up. So I think Lamar is capable of that. But I'm pretty sure I don't have the numbers in front of me right now. But I'm pretty sure Lamar led the league in touchdown passes the year he won MVP. So I don't have a doubt about Lamar's passing. I have more doubt about the weapons around him, the actual offense that he was running. Boy, I'm drawing a blank on the offensive coordinator, Greg Roman, who was with the 49ers. It's a run heavy offense, play action. But you know, when he was with the 49ers, we had weapons. We had a Vernon Davis. We had a Michael Crabtree. So it made Colin Kaepernick, his passing number was never, his percentage wasn't great, but he was putting up passing touchdowns. He was throwing it through the air. He could get it done. So I think Lamar just a victim of not having great receivers around him, but I definitely don't believe Jalen Hurts is better than Lamar Jackson. But congratulations, Jalen Hurts, though, again. Real Walker said predictions for tonight's game. Warriors, Kings, Nets, Sixers. Which game? I gave both of them. I think the Nets win tonight. I don't see Philadelphia hitting 21 threes tonight. Love the game plan for the Nets. Double team Embiid, get the ball out of his hand. He only took 16 shots the other night. 15 shots, which is great. So you can keep him under 20 shots attempts a game, because if he gets over there, he's going to have monster games. But you just got to live with somebody else beating you other than Joel Embiid. And if J. Cole lookalike. Tobias Harris gonna hit 6 threes. If PJ Tucker's gonna hit 3 threes. If James Harden gonna turn into Houston. James Harden hit a bunch of threes. You just tip your cap. I mean, you just gotta tip your cap and just keep moving. But you gotta play the percentages on this. So I just keep the same game plan. I think you get. Spencer's gonna have a better game tonight. Spencer was horrible in game one. He'll have a better game. Mikal Bridges started off the game really good. Didn't do much in the second half. I think Cam plays a little bit better. Claxton didn't really play well the game other night too. So the desperate team, I expect them to come out more desperate, come out more hungry tonight, and get a win. As well, that's almost how I feel about Golden State tonight. They've been so bad on the road. But this is the playoffs. Kings, can you handle prosperity? You got a one in that league of defending champs. Can you handle prosperity? Now, will it surprise me if the Kings win? No. I think they're that damn good. But I expect the Warriors to win because I expect championship medal, championship heart. I think Stephen Curry, Wardell Curry has a huge game tonight to keep his guys in the series. Like I said, they don't want to go down 2-0. I know they've been good at home, but the Kings, I'm telling you, the Kings are really good in a wide open Western Conference right now. In a wide open Western Conference that no one knows who's going to win this conference. I mean, you look from top to bottom, except for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think we can all agree that Minnesota can't win the West. That's probably the other team. I think everybody in the West, they can win it. You know, that's how good the West is. It's not say how good the West is. I mean, it's really, really complete. I mean, it's some really, really good teams. I don't think about it really great. So I guess that's why you get to such the disparity between you got 17, you got a chance. So you know that's what we do. Oh, you want to go back to spring football? Okay, Ray Walker said go back to spring. Back to the spring college football. Is FSU resurgence real? I mean, it's only real if what's defined real? What's real? Winning ACC championships? Winning national championships was real because, again, this FSU hype is really taking off, and I'm trying to speak. I get some of it, but it's kind of giving me that North Carolina basketball feel when I tried to tell everybody last year about North Carolina this year that they was that run that they had was kind of fluky, and now everybody thinks that Florida State's on this similar thing, and I'm like, calm down. They still lost 3 games last year. Jordan Travis is getting so much buzz, and I'm like, he's good. He's a good quarterback, but he has some fatal flaws. He don't have a big arm. He will make mistakes, and he will make mistakes in moments. I've seen this happen. He did it this last year. It just happened. You watch the NC State game. They didn't win the Atlantic last year. Clemson still won it. You still got to go beat the Tigers. Now, we see the Tigers kind of take a step back, but they got talent. You still got to go beat them guys. So this thing that they're back and all win something first. I'm not finna start crowning nobody, no champions of anything. Win something. It's great. They got a lot of players back. Got a little recruiting momentum going right now. I'm happy for little Mikey. But let's calm the hell down. You didn't even win the Atlantic last year. The defense was okay by statistics, but when they played good offenses, they got exposed. So I'm gonna need to just temper this shit back. I mean, go really look at the wins. Go look at the wins. Your last 2 wins, Florida, 6-6 Oklahoma. Let's really look at this shit right now. Really? You didn't beat Clemson. You didn't beat NC State. North Carolina, who won the ACC, you didn't beat them. So Miami was gone off for last year. Look at the wins. What? Look at the wins. So no, I'm not buying this resurgence, but I do think they can win 10 games next year. I don't think they're setting the bar too high. But let's calm down. Let's calm down. We know the additions are there. We get it. We see Mikey making portal moves. We see that. Florida State making some moves. It's reason to be optimistic. But you had 6 straight losing seasons before you had a 10-win season. But you only won 9 in the regular season. So it's not this is Florida State. Y'all, we don't Florida State 9 wins regular seasons that's not the standard. But good luck to them. I like Jordan Travis, but I gotta see it. You got to win the Atlantic first. Before I'm saying, win the Atlantic first. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm sorry I had to get that out of my head first. Because that's Rare Walker, noted Florida State fan, but I'm just not buying all this hype. I'm just not. But I'm about to get out of here, man, because it's NBA. It's a ball night. This has been an overreaction Monday from Sentell. Sentell, you know why I am, the sensational Sentell Wyman, a.k.a. Mr. No Days Off, a.k.a. the One Man Dynasty. This has been the best damn sports podcast, period. The undisputed champion of sports podcast, Sentell. I will see you next time. Enjoy the basketball. It's going to be good. Brooklyn in the house. Where Brooklyn at? Get a win tonight. I will see you on the next go round. I am out. Peace.